Siren sounds and we're underway at the showgrounds.
So it is going to be Barrow up against Bland in this first ruck contest. Both ruckmen are able to get hands to the ball. Barrow does well to follow it up. Gets a kick off the ground inside 50 for Diamond Creek. It's picked up by the defender in Higgins. He gets a handball and is tackled, and there's a high free kick paid to Ty Bland. It's centre-half back for the Eagles. He's going to go long to the wing. Broadcast side here at Whittlesea Showgrounds is a holding free kick that has been paid. And it is going to go in favour of Diamond Creek, and Dale Marshall will have it. Defensive side of centre wing for the Creekers.
So Marshall goes down the line towards half forwards. Spored by the face there from the Whittlesea defender, and then Tobin will send it inside 50, and that's a great lead and mark. And an early advantage there with Jarvis, who has been in terrific form for the Creekers of late. 17 majors in his 7 games this year, but he has been able to impact the scoreboard in a big way in recent weeks, and now he'll look to do it early in this clash. The former alpha man, 4 goals last week against Lower Plenty. He's kicked at least 1 goal in every game this season. Can he get the first of the afternoon in this important clash? That looks pretty good. And Jarvis gets things going for the visitors. They're 1 straight 6. Whittlesea yet to score, only a minute and a half into the opening term, but some good ball movement there already from the Creekers, Zach.
Yeah, it was, definitely, and it probably was thanks to the help of Dornoff's head getting in the way of that spoil that helped Diamond Creek get that forward. I think even at the start of the game, Barrow's follow-up work as a ruckman to get it forward was really good. Set the tone early and put Whittlesea on the back foot, having to go from back 50 transition early on, which they don't want to do, but great start from the Creekers, getting the first score on the board.
So they've done all the attacking so far, have Diamond Creek. Ball back in the middle. Clancy Bland able to get the tap down. His brother Ty getting possession out of the centre. Gets a handball away and is held afterwards, so we'll get the free kick. It's just taking a while to get back up to his feet. Got caught in that tackle. So eventually does get back up now and hopefully be able to take his kick. He'll send Whittlesea forward for the first time today. Just going to go with a long one inside forward 50. The 2-on-2 contest. Pack of players fly. No one able to take a clean mark. It's picked up now but set upon straight away by 2 Diamond Creek defenders. And we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 for the Eagles. Diamond Creek kicking the first goal of this afternoon through Daniel Jarvis. There's been a free kick paid, might have been in the back or high in that contest, and it will be a shot on goal for Whittlesea, and it is going to be Lucas Hobbs taking this one. Frank Rosbrook medalist, I think of 2018, is going to come in and send Whittlesea's first shot on goal. He's kept it left and hits the post, so minor score for the Eagles, their first of the day. They trail Diamond Creek 1 straight 6.
In his second stint at the club, of course, Lucas Hobbs, 107th Whittlesea game. As Creek has taken out a defensive 50, that worked out pretty well, and the mark taken by Randall, who goes to the near side. And the handball for Tobin was a tough one for him, and then Shin Money went for the bump, worked out okay. Eagles win possession back, and Murphy's got it on centre wing. Looks to go towards the corridor, good option, the mark taken by Clancy Bland. Where does he go? Goes towards half forward. Hobbs has to beat a couple. Flew pretty well and took a really strong mark, but still too far out to score is the veteran. Goes towards the hot spot, but the Creekers have it all covered. And Searle with the intercept, and then he's going to look towards the outer side, and the Creekers have numbers.
So they're going to move the ball along this outer side wing. Diamond Creek. Further up the ground, intercept. Could have taken the mark there, Tom Falls, but just elected to punch that one over the boundary line, right in front of the Diamond Creek bench. The Creekers leading 1 straight 6 to Whittlesea 1 behind early on in this contest. Both sides 7-0. Coming into this one as the ball plays restarted on that outer side. Barrow's able to get the tap down, but can't find a teammate. Falls does well to get a handball out, but it's intercepted by an opponent. Now Diamond Creek will go inside forward 50, but taking a strong mark, going back with the flight is Adder. And Whittlesea will look to repel out of defence.
Oh, well, it was an interesting type of handball. They get okay, and now they're out. Shin Money runs his full measure and then goes towards half forward again, looking for Hobbs. It was intercepted momentarily, hits ground level, looking for the handball on that occasion to Dyson, but they run out of room. Ball goes out of bounds. You can see how quick Whittlesea want to move the ball, Zach.
They are. They're looking to try and catch Diamond Creek a bit of out of position from back 50. It seems as though, there was a great intercept there in that stoppage, but they're looking to press really high, the Creekers, and the Eagles are just trying to catch them out the back at the moment.
Shallow boundary throw in, but almost worked for Barrow. Ball hits ground level. Dyson in the thick of it as well, but that ball doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Langford did his best, and he did get it out to space eventually, and the Eagles might be on here. They have the shot that goes across the face of goal, and it goes through from a behind, courtesy of Jack Taylor. It's the second behind for the Eagles, and Diamond Creek 1 straight 6. We're 5.5 minutes into the opening term at the Showgrounds.
So Diamond Creek will take this one out of defence. They kicked the first goal of the day through Jarvis, but it's been Whittlesea doing most of the attacking from that point onwards. Just haven't been able to kick their first major of the day. Searle's going to go long out of defensive 50, finding a target on that outer side. And he's going to look to cut it back in, and taking the mark is Brenton Keating inside defensive 50. So just looking to move it along slowly are Diamond Creek. Joel Randall takes that mark in the heart of the defensive 50 and just goes across to Matthew Lewis. And he's going to go down the wing to a pack. It's 2-1 in favour of Whittlesea, and Jaron Murphy unopposed leading up to that ball and takes the intercept mark on the wing.
So the Eagles will try again. They've got a lot of movement inside 50, but not any that Murphy likes. He's going to take the man on inside and sends it towards the pocket. Offhand, or are they going to pay that a mark? They will. Thought that may have touched a few, but nonetheless, the mark has been paid, and we're going to see now a shot on goal from a 45-degree angle. Man on the mark's probably about 30 to 35 out. And it'll be an opportunity for Riley Powell, one of those young players we mentioned that can have an impact. So he will start his approach now. 10 goals in 5 matches of this year for Powell. This to get the first of the afternoon for the hosts. Comes in, and that's a good-looking kick. And Powell gets the Eagles away. They lead 1-8. Diamond Creek are 1 straight, 7.5 into the opening term.
They've probably looked the stronger side, Whittlesea, of the small sample size we've got. Diamond Creek were able to get that first foray forward and convert, but ever since then it's been camped inside Whittlesea's forward half, and finally they're able to get a bit of reward and take the lead for the first time today.
Fantastic movement, as we said, and the Eagles with a couple of set shot opportunities, and now they're able to find the first one through Riley Powell. So he's kicked 9 goals in his last 3 games coming into this match, so he's been in good goal-kicking form, and he makes it 10 in his last 4. It'll be Alisi to do some ruck work here for Whittlesea as we go back in the middle. He's up against Barrett, a ladder winning the tap. Just a bit too hot for Barnes, but he picked it up pretty well and then tumbles a kick inside 50. Bouncing ball, Pingree grabbed it with one hand and ran into a bit of trouble. Good strong tackle from Tennant. We'll find a stoppage inside 50 for the Creekers. Hasn't been in there too often, although we have only played 8 minutes in this first term. Great tap from Alisi, and it's going to be cleared away on this occasion by Josh Eade. Goes to centre wing on the outer side. Picking up this one first will be Marshall. It was a chipping left ball to the corridor. Had players backing up, and Camburis takes the mark. He looks to play on and drops the footy. Camburis goes towards the middle, and Searle will complete the switch. And the mark is taken on the outer side, on the near side rather, by Mitch Dale. They can keep it moving. Tobin just bounced in front of him, had time to recover. Handed it off to a teammate, and the kick inside by Lewis was downfield, according to the umpire. Bit of remonstration, but it's going to be Pingree, the benefactor of it. We saw how much discipline hurt Greensborough at times last week, Zach. And in these games, it's crucial not to give away some of those downfield frees.
100%, especially when you're on top as well and dominating like Whittlesea have been for this last recent chunk. This Pingree goes in and doesn't make any fault of that kick and makes the Eagles pay for a downfield free kick before. And they take the lead back, 2 straight 12, Whittlesea 1-8.
Yeah, it's just the discipline is so key. It's what makes the sides up the top so strong. And in games like this where there's so much on the line already, it's handy for them to ensure they remain disciplined.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where there was really no malice in it. It wasn't a big hit, but he just got him slightly late after he disposed of it. So, unfortunately, it gives Diamond Creek their second goal of the day, and we head back into the middle now as Barrow up against Whittlesea. Whittlesea gets up high and taps it down to Bland, who tries to take on two Diamond Creek defenders, but eventually gets the handball out. Now gets it back from Falls, and inside forward 50 for the Eagles. It's spoiled, and Mark almost taken there. But Whittlesea are going to clean this one up and get a shot on goal. Whittlesea snaps one towards goal, bounces over, but just spoiled over the line by the Diamond Creek defenders. I think it was Matthew Lewis on the last line there. So another minor score for Whittlesea. They move to 139, trailing Diamond Creek 2 straight 12. And the Creekers will look to move the ball out of defence once again. They're pretty happy to just take it slow and find their little chip kicks, as eventually it does find its way to Keating. He's standing on the paint of defensive 50 on the outer side. He's going to go down the wing and finds a target there. Now they're going to go inboard. And Randall takes this mark inside the centre square, still in the defensive half. They're doing well to get it further forward. Tarwin when he takes that mark, and now we'll send the Creekers inside forward 50 on the lead, taking a strong mark. Might have been impeded, but wasn't paid. And now trying to get a kick on goal was Camburis, but he's tackled and will be wrapped up inside forward 50 for the Creekers. So they look to get another goal on the board in this first quarter.
Good pressure early from both sides as we get back in the middle. What a huge leap that was from Whittlesea in the ruck. Was looking for Hobbs, but he'll instead later tackle. That is something we did notice against the Bears a few weeks ago. He's got a great leap on him in the ruck and a great future in that position. He'll try again and does well to get a bit of airtime. Hobbs in there too as well was Thomas Falls, but we'll have yet another stoppage. 12 minutes into the opening term here at the Showgrounds. The Creekers are 2 straight 12. Whittlesea 139. Whittlesea again getting the tap. Eagles trying to tap their way forward through Tyke Bland. It spills out to Carter, who is able to find some room. Good smother in the end, and Diamond Creek will win it back. Tarwin Rennie with the ball. That's going to be too strong for Tobin. The boundary line might beat all comers. The Eagles, though, happy to keep it in. They go down the line looking for Carter in there as well to take the mark. He's Morley. He'll end up getting it to Carter, not 15. Gets it back to Morley, who is in a bit of trouble. Gets his way through traffic, and then Taylor's caught in a big tackle. And Mitch Dale ensures that that one will be tossed up. So we're almost between wing and half forward for the Eagles. Whittlesea will get the tap, but Barrow doing the groundwork. Missed the footy, back to Whittlesea. Hobbs read the bounce best, spills it away to Falls. And then they just get boots the ball to the Eagles through Eade. Towards half forward, be cut off. And intercept taken by Maloney.
So halfback flank is Maloney. He's going to go a short chip kick to Camburis. He's got another short one, but it's smothered and just takes it out and handball down to Bland. Kicks inside forward 50 for the Eagles. Can't find a mark. And eventually tackled by 2 Diamond Creek opponents, and he's going to be caught holding the ball. Did have prior opportunity before, set upon by those 2 opponents, and it is going to be Brenton Keating on the last line of defence for Diamond Creek. They look to kick it around the defensive 50. It might come back to bite them, but the short kick forward does go in the direction of Dale, and I think he's been tripped. And it might have been a 50-metre penalty has been paid as well. So another one of those free kicks against Whittlesea. And Mitchell Dale is going to be marched inside forward 50 for the Creekers. And I don't know if he'll be able to have a shot from here, but he'll at least send Diamond Creek inside forward 50 once again.
Yeah, again, that's twice now, Zach, that the Eagles have given away ill-disciplined free kicks. Dale's going to try his luck here. That's a pretty good shot, but the mark is taken on the goal line from the Creekers. So it was just about to go through anyway, but Pingree will ensure that he returns to his side and he gets on the board for a second. So that's the 3 of the first 4 majors going to Diamond Creek, and they are 3 straight 18. Whittlesea 139, and that's now 2 goals for the Creekers, Zach, courtesy of free kicks.
It is, and that's probably something that Gary Ramsey will not be happy about. 2 undisciplined goals after basically dominating for a good 5 minutes of that first quarter. I think Mitch Dale was owed a beard, though, by Ryan Pingree, because that was definitely a goal that was just snatched off him on the goal line. But Nonetheless, well done to the Creekers to be hanging in there and making the Eagles pay off some ill-disciplined acts.
So ball back into the middle of the ground. It is going to be Clancy Bland going up in this ruck contest for Whittlesea. Just takes it out and gets the handball out to a teammate in Johnson. They go inside forward 50, do the Eagles, but it's wrapped up by a Diamond Creek player and he's caught holding the ball. It's probably a bit unlucky there. The umpire judged that he did have prior opportunity before he was tackled. And it is going to be Kane Johnson who has it. The ball knocked out of his hands. And now an undisciplined free kick going the other way. And this is going to be a certain goal for the Eagles. And it will be Kane Johnson who'll kick it.
Blood rule.
And his blood rule just been called by the umpire, so that won't change anything. Kane Johnson will send through Whittlesea's second goal of the day.
Oh, you'll have another go at it.
No, they're going to have to wait till the play comes off for the blood rule.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So Kane Johnson already kicked it through, but he's going to be called back to kick it again from point-blank range. So Whittlesea will move to 2-3-15, trailing Diamond Creek 3 straight 18. So good to get one back in terms of the discipline against Diamond Creek, but it's not a good look for both sides. I'm sure both coaches will be disappointed going into quarter time.
And first senior goal for Kane Johnson, and you can see everybody get around him in his 11th senior match. And they move, as you said, Jared, 2-3-15 now. Whittlesea, Diamond Creek, a 3 straight 18. And Zach, it just means that, you know, the umpires are going to be hot on the whistle today, so you've just got to be that bit extra careful to ensure you don't give away anything costly.
Definitely, and for a game that we already going into today thinking it's going to be that tight, it could prove to be the difference later on in the day. So far it's 2-1 to Diamond Creek in that stat, but yeah, they would need to be, I think in most of the quarter time chat for both coaches will be just talking about discipline. Just play to the game, play to the whistle. Don't give away anything stupid because it could cost us the game in the end and cost us momentum, which Diamond Creek will be talking about right now.
So 17 minutes into the opening term, the Creekers lead by 3 points. 3 straight plays 2-3. Kane Johnson in his second game of the year kicks his first senior goal. And back in the middle again, Bland having an impact. He was looking for the other Bland, but Whittlesea will win a free kick anyway. Be for a hold for Ty Bland. As we said, the Division 2 coaches MVP leader as it stands, and with no Damasi today, he could look to extend that lead with another great game. Goes towards half forward. That kick not a great one, and one back by Searle, who faked the handball, gave it off to a teammate from centre half back, but the kick from Wiley wasn't great, and it's one back by the Eagles through Higgins as a stand-in captain today. He goes towards the pocket. Power out the back, made a contest of it, couldn't take the mark. Creek is under a bit of siege in their defensive 50. You don't say that too often, but they're able to handball their way out of trouble really well. The bouncing ball towards Watson. He's able to get it down, and it's going to be a free kick between wing and half back, and the Creekers will just look to calm things down a little bit. They go in board to Dale. Umpire said not 15, and Carter was all over it. We'll have a ball up.
It's got a high free kick be paid, so the tackle just slipped a little bit high. So a bit of a let-off for Diamond Creek as they will get the ball on that half-back flank in front of the scoreboard here at Whittlesea Showgrounds. His kick further up the wing is spoiled in the marking contest and will just trickle over the boundary line. So it's a 3-point margin as we tick into almost time on in this first quarter. And play will restart. It's going to be Wiley, but Bland just shoves him out and is able to get the tap down. Can't make anything of it as Johnson runs onto it. Gets a handball over to Ty Bland, who tries to, with a cheeky tap on over the top. Eventually it does find its way to Deacon Tennant, but he's tackled, and it has been adjudged a dangerous tackle. So Tennant will have the ball on centre wing for the Eagles and will look to send them forward once again.
Numbers in the middle.
There's a couple of plays with their outstretched arms calling for it. Tennant doesn't see any of those options, so just going to go long inside forward 50 where there's a big pack of players. There's been a free kick paid. Looks like it's a hold, and it looks like it will go Whittlesea's way. Can't quite see who it's been given to. It is Harry Beattie who will take the kick for Whittlesea on a 45-degree angle. The man on the mark standing about 42, 43 metres out from goal. So it's going to take a good kick. But to give the Eagles the lead back once again in this first quarter, it will be Harry Beattie, 20 years old. Got a couple of senior games under his belt now. And will make his way in. Sends it towards goal. It looks good.
Yeah.
And it is good. So Harry Beattie gives Whittlesea the lead once again. The Eagles make it 3-3-21 to Diamond Creek, 3 straight 18.
And the most points that Diamond Creek have conceded in the opening quarter this year, 4-1-25. That was against Thomastown early in the season. And they're in danger of doing that again as we head to time on in this opening term. But, Zach, the Creekers just don't look as composed in that back half as we've seen recently in the last couple of years.
No, the silly free kick there in the marking contest when it really wasn't needed. Some undisciplined acts and then some easy lace-out opportunities for the Eagles has really put Diamond Creek's defence in question now for the rest of the game, as whether they've been cracked or not and how they're going to be able to recoup now for the rest of the game, because it looks like there's heaps of momentum swings.
Back in the middle, a secondary stoppage it was. Camburis got to the front, and the handball away will work for Rennie. Rennie goes towards half forward. Majors the target. Was he pushed out of it? Umpire says no. Punched forward again. Trying to make an impact there was Barrow, but could be a tackle by Tobin that causes a ball up. So we're back inside 50 here for Diamond Creek. Brooks will go at it. Great tap from Whittlesea again. He's been good, and then Pingree caught. So a secondary stoppage. 21 minutes in to this opening term. We've seen 3 goals apiece from either side, but it's the Eagles that lead by those 3 extra behinds. Creekers try to move it forward and get their way out of tackles, but the handball goes straight to the Eagles, who clear it away. Creekers have all the numbers down the line. Doing well to make a contest of it, though, was Max Dyson. And now, through Carter, the Eagles are at half forward. Bouncing ball. Will it work for Powell? Can he get past his man? He shrugs the tackle, but had to give the handball away for Empey. It didn't bounce for him. Powell, great recovery again, and then handballed it again to Empey. And the Creekers get out of trouble. They go through Barrow, who takes the mark between wing and half back, and then he's going to go short towards the outer side. And now the Creekers with some numbers here to send this inside 50. Was he pushed as he kicked it? Yes, he was. And the Creekers will be okay at half forward. Pingree. No, it's going to go back. So Diamond Creek will have another opportunity inside. Major's got a good lead on him. It's going to be ignored. It'll be a high ball towards the top of the goal square instead. Tough for Jarvis. All the numbers with the Eagles. Ball fumbled. Murphy got the handball away, and then Tennant will clear things, looking for Carter, who had to beat 2, and then a great spoil out of bounds from Matthew Brennan. And we'll have a throw-in in the forward half for the Creekers.
Just not an ideal entry inside forward 50, that one. You said there were a couple of leads coming, but just put it on top of the head of the pack of players. And the Whittlesea defenders, it's so easy to just bring that one to ground and get it out of bounds as the ball thrown back into play. Barrow gets a tap down to Barnes, who snaps towards goal. That one might have gone through. It has. Sorry, it wasn't Barnes. I think it might have been Tarwin and Rennie who actually kicked that one. It was. So, Rennie, another lead change here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds, makes it 4 straight 24 for Diamond Creek, leading Whittlesea 3-3-21.
Geez, what a start to this game, Zach. Both sides getting on the scoreboard and multiple lead changes, as Jared said.
Yeah, definitely. You think with both teams being so good defensively, we might be in for a really slow, long, low-scoring afternoon, but both teams are scoring at free will, and Diamond Creek can't miss, and Whittlesea making Diamond Creek's defence look bottom 5 at stages. So, yeah, it's very fascinating how this is playing out.
That's why they're the top 2 sides in the competition. They're both using their strengths to their advantage at the moment, as Falls tries to get his way out of the pack, but it went straight to Barrow. And now on the run here is Marshall, chipping ball towards half forwards. A good one, the Barnes. The man on the mark is 45 out from goal, and Barnes, he does have a bit of a kick on him. Thinking about a handball received to Marshall, but he's instead going to give it across to Searle from 55 out. That's not going to get to the line, but the mark's still going to be taken inside 50. And I think that was just a bit of a case of the right spot at the right time. Searle not accurate with the kick, but in the pocket. There were enough Creekers there to make it an option. And now we're going to see a set shot from Bryce East, who's looking for his 5th goal of the season. Wastes no time in his approach, just to make it 5 straight for the visitors. Comes in with the right and straight as you like. So back-to-back goals here for the Creekers in a matter of minutes. They move to 5 straight 30. The Eagles are 3-3-21 with 24 and a quarter minutes into the first term.
It's the first little bit of momentum you can really feel in this game going Diamond Creek's way. It's kind of been an arm wrestle for the first kind of 20 to 22 minutes of this first quarter, but now Diamond Creek able to wrestle it their way and get a couple of goals in a row and take a 9-point lead as we tick over 24 and a half minutes in this first quarter. And you think it'd be safe to say Diamond Creek will take a lead into quarter time as the ball makes its way back into the middle. Will be Whittlesea up against Barrow. Barrow is able to wrestle and get the tap down. But tackled immediately is Barnes. And we'll have a secondary stoppage inside the centre square. Ruckman to go at it yet again. Alisi tries to jump over the top, gets the tap down, but it's only as far as an opponent in Rennie. He gets a handball out, but we're wrapped up yet again. Tobin has it. So yet another stoppage inside the centre square here at Whittlesea Showgrounds. Alisi over the top. Barrow's able to get the clearance. Rennie's able to find it, just can't take clean possession of it though, so he's going to have to settle for a tackle. And another ball up inside the centre here. So Whittlesea just desperate to not let Diamond Creek get more momentum and get another score on the board late in this first quarter, but a free kick has been paid to Mitch Tobin. So the Creekers will go back inside at forward 50. He's got a couple of leads coming toward him, does Tobin, goes for one of them, can't hit the target and mops up for Whittlesea.
They go towards half forward, be cut off again though by the Creekers. Dale has to beat a couple of tackles, just got the kick away for Marshall, can't keep his feet. Jaron Murphy didn't have many options for him, spills the ball. And it will be held up by Taylor. 55 out from the Eagles' goal.
Just wonder if the Eagles start putting Jaron Murphy maybe in the midfield. Just a bit of composure going inside forward 50. They're 3-3 on the scoreboard, but they've shown at times with the opportunities that they're getting, they could easily kill Diamond Creek going forward. Just maybe that class and composure might be what the Eagles need to get on top.
So it's going to be a free kick here to Diamond Creek at half back. So they'll just look to reset again now due to visitors. They'll kick the last two and lead by 9 points. Down the line, near side. White's the target. Went straight through his hands. Picked up by Higgins. And it'll be cleared away now by Mitch Taplin towards half forward. Off hands, Shin Money. Has a bit of composure, but the handball too hot for Hobbs. We'll have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Whittlesea, who trail by 9 points as we tick towards minute 27 of this first term.
Hasn't looked good when he's been around the ball, Shin Money. He's got a bit of composure about him. That handball went a bit astray, but he's looking good so far as the ball comes down, and it's going to be Rennie who snaps one out of this contest, but it's going to be call play on. Higgins took the mark, sends Whittlesea back inside forward 50, but to no avail as Keating takes the intercept mark inside defensive 50 for the Creek as his kick doesn't find a target on the full. Carter just shoves his opponent over the boundary line, and it will be thrown back into play right on the juncture of the boundary line and the 50-metre arc. So Whittlesea need to get a late goal in this first quarter. 27.5 minutes played. It's a 9-point deficit to Diamond Creek. Barrow's able to get the tap down to Rennie, and he just bursts out of that stoppage unimpeded and will find a target down the line in White. Gets a handball off and just playing around with it now. It comes back to White eventually and sends the Creekers inside forward 50. The Whittlesea defenders do well to get first hands onto it. But just handballing it around now. It eventually does come out. And it's intercepted immediately. So Diamond Creek through Chris Maloney looking to go back inside forward 50.
Former skipper. It's going to go towards centre half forward. White can impact and take a mark. Might be just too far out to score, and maybe it was worth the extra seconds as the siren sounds, despite the mark being taken by Jarvis. It's going to be a 9-point advantage for the Creekers at quarter time, who you could argue were the better of the two sides in the last 10 minutes of that term. They finished the opening quarter 5 straight 30 to Whittlesea 3-3-21.